Yo, 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 yo.
What's
Happy
good?
New Year, man. What's good? Y'all come on in,
2026.
man. Y'all come on in, man. We already done got good news for 2026 already. Y'all done heard it already. Brandon Dorless, hamstring injury, not a knee injury. That's a blessing.
Yes.
Guy having
God.
8 sack season in his second season. Um, One of the Falcons' bigger young talents. And I mean, I don't know how it happened, but look, tell you, Dorless, Aurora, Bowman, Watts, Pierce, Jalen Walker, strong
We can go
foundation.
on and on.
Strong foundation for the future. Happy birthday, Uncle Lou, and happy birthday to the happy New Year's to the
I was
chat.
about to say happy birthday on New
Hey
Year's.
man, my
Or
little cousin
yeah.
had a birthday today, so I'm just
Oh,
in
that's
that
what's up.
mode. Yeah.
Hey man.
So,
Happy New Year,
shout out,
everybody.
man. Happy New Year to the chat.
Happy,
You know what to do, Chris.
yeah.
Tell them what's up, man.
Hey man, again, happy 2026, man. We made it. It's into a new year. It's time to, whatever y'all New Year's resolutions are, make sure y'all stick to them. And man, but one thing about it, we're gonna see if Atlanta can finish strong, y'all. But we got a jam-packed show for y'all today. Got a few topics we want to get to y'all and talk with y'all about, get y'all opinions about, of course. So we're gonna jam-pack a few things in here along with the preview of the Saints versus Falcons round two. Can the Falcons finish strong?
Yeah, that's the big question, man. That's the big question. And I know a lot of people mad that they winning down the stretch, but I still see it as a good thing
Mm,
because you got to get these young guys reps, and we've been talking about that for a while. And that's the positive that I see out of it. Do I want Raheem Morris to come back? Absolutely not. Will he come back? 50-50.
right.
And I see, people in my comments up under my video talking about I'm all over the place and I'm changing my tune. No, I'm not. When I say he lost the locker room, I believe he lost the locker room. And y'all
Mm,
got to remember, they still got to play the game of football because they're getting paid to do that. So win or lose, I mean, it's gonna be the same thing, no matter what. But hey, I'm just saying, man, it is what it is at a certain point. But
I feel you,
they down
seriously.
headphone, man. But yeah, and let's get into these topics right quick, man. We're not gonna hold y'all, man. We got two topics that we want to talk about before we get into the preview of the New Orleans Saints. And man, this game is not gonna be easy as y'all think because the Saints have been one of the hottest teams outside of us. And yes, we both out of the playoffs and it's a rivalry game, but we're gonna get into that a little bit later. But first off, let's talk about this pretty hot topic. Adrian
Mhm.
Peterson, if y'all don't remember, Adrian Peterson was talking about Bijan Robinson in his 200-yard game that he possibly could have had. He did have
Mhm.
195
Right
yards against the Rams
there.
and Cleveland franchise record 93-yard touchdown run, which was absolutely ridiculous. He's like walked through that hole because
Shout out to
I don't
Chris Lindstrom.
know what's going, but hey,
Shout out
it
to
happened.
Chris Lindstrom with the key block on that run too, man.
Facts, facts. But I'm trying to find a banner so we can get into it. Should Raheem? The question is, should Raheem let Bijan have gotten them 200 yards? That's the
Mm.
first question. And in the chat, y'all can follow along. Miss Charlene, what's good? Thank you for always supporting. Happy New Year, and we appreciate you as always. Hey,
Yeah.
Uncle Lou, we hope that too, man. We hope that too.
All right. That's
But
all right.
Chris,
What
you
you
know what
got?
the question is, man.
Hey
What you
man.
got?
So well, I know you have spoke about this already in your own individual video. Make sure y'all check that out if y'all didn't. But from my stance, I'm looking at it like this. Perspective is everything. Thank you,
Facts.
fam. And everything, but perspective is everything. So Bajan was right there at 195. Do I think he should have let him get to 200 yards, 5 yards? Bajan Robinson can get 5 yards, okay? So I do feel like he should have let him get that 5 yards. But perspective, we're down the stretch. The game is close, it's tight. We're just trying to make sure we secure the win So why not give it to a guy that in his career has never fumbled, has never put the ball on the ground? You need this win. You're trying to close it out. They've come all the way back, but you're fighting strong. This is what I mean about giving it to the guys that perform the best when the game is on the line. Not saying Bijan is not one of those guys. Bijan is, but I'm saying you have Tyler Algier, a guy who protects the ball. Security is everything. And that's why I think Raheem put Tyler in the game. I mean, it helped him get a few more carries and everything because Bijan was going absolutely berserk in this game. So it also, helped Tyler get at least about 10 carries. But when the game was on the line, they gave the ball to the guy that wasn't going to put it on the ground.
And look, you can't clip that. I mean, they tell you to say clip that. Point blank range. That all that matter. Winning the football game. And there's no knock against Bijan, but we know he has fumble tendencies. And in the clutch, if he fumbles right there, the game is over probably. We've already been handed the game because I feel like they missed the pass interference call. And on top of that, the way they called a catch, Puka Nacua, that could have went either way. So you let Tyler in there, you're not seconds off the clock. But as I told y'all, I can see the other side of it. I'm going to go opposite of what Chris said. And I agree with what he said 100%. But if you think about what was at stake, how many times do you actually run for 200 yards in a game?
I know.
That's very rare.
And Bijan get 5 yards.
He was 14 yards away from breaking Michael Turner's franchise record in that aspect. So if he breaks 2 franchise records in one game, his number in the Raptors forever. I mean, no doubt about it. It probably already is because he's had 2 straight seasons of 2,000 yards from scrimmage. And he's probably top 10, top 5 already in touchdown runs in only his 3rd season. He'll be 4th somewhere now.
I got a question. I got a question.
All right,
I got to ask you. And actually, because it's a business and it's actually going to really roll right into what we're going to talk about next. But the fact that it is a business, do you think, and I'm not saying that they would do this, but this has happened in the past, but if Bijan gets that 200-yard game, if Bijan breaks the franchise record, do you think it makes it more difficult at the contract table?
I mean, it's going to be difficult anyway. That Pro Bowl solidified that. The Pro Bowl solidified that. And you got to think too, man, they probably got incentives in his contract if he get 2,500 yards. If he gets a certain amount of snaps, he's probably already done beat that. But as I was saying, the reason why I feel like this should have left him in the game, and why I agree with Adrian Peterson, is you only get to do certain things once or twice. And how many times have we had running backs run for 200 yards in the game? Michael Turner did his very first game in Atlanta. And Bijan had the night he was having with that 93-yard touchdown run, breaking the franchise record and rushing yards in the game, would have just topped it off, man. And I keep telling y'all, I just feel like if we even sniff the playoffs, he easily win MVP because nobody can stop him. And I know it's a quarterback award. Don't get me wrong. We know what Josh Allen is doing something great. Probably going to break his touchdown record for a quarterback in the season. But what Bijan has done to carry this team, and you see it as he is the focal point of this team, that's what MVP stands for. So I feel like if they even sniff the playoff, got probably 11 wins, I think he easily wins MVP. No matter if they're in the playoffs or not, but in this division, they probably would have won the division. He's easily MVP. And there's no knock to anybody because Christian McCaffrey is right there as well. As I said, Josh Allen. Then you look at who else? You might not think about it, but Chicago Bears winning the division, Caleb Williams should be in the conversation. So
this is a good question right here.
Hey,
Solomon says, do you think Raheem was even aware how close of Bijan was to getting to 200? I'm just saying because I think he's oblivious.
Ooh, boy.
Stats are
That
for
is
losers, according to him. That's that right there.
wow.
I gotta give you a walk off on that one because boy, you did.
Wow. I mean, he probably didn't know. But at the same time, you got to always be aware of these type things, man. You got them stat sheet right there. You can look on the tablet and see where they're at in rushing yards and what the game stats looking like. Because look, I mean, things like this just don't happen every day. He had 181 yards, I think, earlier this year. That was 19 away, and he probably pitched that away in the first half because I think in the second half of that game is when he pitched away the second half because they just were a stalemate the second half. So who knows? I told y'all. I think he will. I think he will break the single game rushing record at some point in his career. And y'all can come back to what I'm saying right now because he just has that type of talent. I thought Saquon was going to do it last year, but he didn't play last game. But look. Hey,
I just said this kind of that Duke. Well, my thing is I don't even no, because Raheem does look at the scoreboard. So at the end of the day, that's
what I'm saying, Hewitt. That's exactly what I'm saying. They always know what the situation is during the game. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it funky.
Like I said, I do agree that Bijan should have got 200, but I do understand the game was on the line. You just couldn't risk it. I got to give it to the guy that I know has never put the ball on the ground. I would have did the same thing, but I still would have let him get his 200. I would have figured out a way for him to get 200.
Yeah, I mean, look, and don't get me wrong, he got a 200 yards from scrimmage anyway, but 200 yards rushing in the game. How often do you get to do that, man? That's special, man. And you talk about guys that have rushed for 280, 300, damn near 300 yards. To get to 200 is a blessing. But Terrence from Twitter, man, shout out to you for following us on Twitter, man. Please repost it. He had a question. Throw it back up there. All right, quick.
I got you.
Okay. So he says, do you think Raheem is gone after this season? Because I'm tired of the same song about us winning once we got into the playoffs. And that's a great question, man, because I mean, we will see in the next coming days because Black Monday is in 4 or 5 days. So we'll know soon. It's on the way. And
but my
if
thing
he stays,
go ahead. No, I was about to say just perspective. I still don't believe if it does happen, it's not going to happen immediately. Remember the firm that's been hired. The firm that's been hired. And you think about even last year, when Jimmy Lake got fired, it didn't happen immediately. It came on a snow day in Atlanta. So it came on a special day. A special thing had to happen in Atlanta for it to happen. But it did come, and it didn't come immediately. They wanted to evaluate, everybody sit at the table, look at what's went wrong. I think they're going to do a similar process this offseason, but along with you got the firm. So I don't know, maybe that speeds it up a little bit. Maybe that extends it. We don't know yet. But either way it goes, I don't think it still happens immediately. So you could be looking at, let me just give y'all a ballpark, maybe 3 weeks. Let's say 3 weeks, and let's see what happens in that.
But I honestly think that's too long, Chris.
I do. I'm just giving everybody just some grace.
And don't get me wrong, they fired Arthur Smith at midnight. And I remember, I was still up and a notification came right up on my phone while I'm sitting up just looking at TV. Went right in and did a video right into the studio. And
I just went to sleep. It was so crazy. I woke up the next morning like, what's that? What?
Yeah, I was still up, bro. And Dirty Bird Games, I believe that you got to let the boys play. But at the end of the day, you're trying to win and you got to close out games, which would have been nice to see them break the record. And see, that's the thing. Another thing, when you talk about breaking records, Raheem don't know how to close games. And now that you see him close the game, now we complaining. So, I mean, look, you got to do what's best. And he had been doing this early in the season, probably have a better record. And my thing is, if you've been doing all this the last 3 games, what happened to this shit at the beginning of the season? I'm just saying.
That was a tough decision. I mean, it was to put because again, he calls Bijan the best player in football all the time. So, just off of the things that he say, you think and past habits, you would think that it's going to be Bijan. But for me, when I did see Tyler in the game, it's like from at the end of the stats, I was like, dang, Bijan was only 5 away, man. We could have got Bijan 5, but trying to win the game against a quality Super Bowl caliber opponent, I'm glad they put Tyler in the game. So, but that's just me.
I mean, I can see where you're coming from, man, but I just think you just gotta wonder, man, what was it, was it salary related or what? Because like I told y'all before, if y'all been following me, I've talked to NFL players, former players that said, towards the end of the season, they will bench you to keep you from hitting those incentives. And God rest his soul, Reggie Carr was one of those guys. I talked to Robert Wilson, former Bucks fullback, running back, and he told me that this happened in a game in San Francisco. And I actually remember that game because they beat San Francisco that game. And this was way back in the day. Furball, what's good?
Years around the league too. We've seen guys get benched, and all of a sudden, that's why I'm saying contract and incentives and all that stuff. I do think about that.
I think that's why Darnell Mooney was benched last year. I'm sure that 1,000 yards was in his incentives last year. I was kind of suspect. I was kind of suspect as him being hurt that last game of the season. Think about things like this, man. And that's just coming from me. That's my thought. I ain't hear from nobody. Right. That was just always my thought. So Furball said, I don't know, this sounds crazy, but should we trade Bijan for good picks? I feel like that he's better for a future for this franchise. That's a question we're gonna have to face. That's going into the offseason. The reason why I say that's what we're going to have to face going into the offseason, it depends on what happens at the coaching position. It depends on what happens at the GM position, the front office, and whatever happens. If everything is settled and stays straight, Bijan will not be going anywhere. Hell, if they change coaches, I feel like he may not go anywhere. But depending on who they bring in and what they want to do, since we don't have a first-round pick this year, and you can possibly get 2 for him, with what they got last year and building on that, who knows? And like me and Chris talk about all the time, Tyler did run for 1,000 yards before he got here, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah, man, but I don't. Even if you do trade Bijan, I don't think it's going to happen this offseason.
No,
I honestly think it would be on some
contract,
franchise tag. Yeah, I'm saying franchise contract year, franchise tag type thing. And I'm not gonna lie to you, depending on the team, you can get 3 firsts for Bijan if he continues to ascend or plays at this level right here that we've seen in these past, like in this little, I would say the last 6-pack, I'm saying, that you can really just see above games of him just really just going off. So yeah, I can see you getting multiple picks, at least 3 for him. But I don't think the Falcons, regardless, are trying to do that. And honestly, trading a player like Bijan Robinson, like trading a player or letting a guy like Saquon Barkley walk, can get you fired, man. Like, so we've seen that. So you got to be careful about that too. And that's life changing right there. I mean, you think about Mike Dick, the whole Ricky Williams thing, trading all the draft picks for them. That didn't work out. Boom, you get fired. You got to be careful.
And the thing about it, man, I tell y'all to think about this all the time when you're talking about draft picks. No matter if it's first pick or last pick, it's a crapshoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. Yeah. It's a crapshoot.
So
now, if those 2 picks lead to you getting an all-star Pro Bowl caliber quarterback, if you trade one of those first-round picks and maybe one of your other players for a star quarterback, yeah, I can see that. But if you trade and get those 3 first-round picks, say you hit on only one of those 3, then you lose the trade. So it's just tough, to see things like that. But again, if it happened, I wouldn't be surprised. I just wouldn't be. But next topic.
Oh yeah,
Jalen Hawkins, former Falcons safety. He was on Ari Merov's show, and if y'all don't know, he's an NFL insider. He's all over Twitter. And I pulled it up on he's growing fast, man. I've been following him for a while. But Jalen talked a little bit about his time and leaving Atlanta and why he left Atlanta. And it was kind of interesting because we all wondered, and I remember Chris saying this. He was like, man, what happened with Jalen Hawkins? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And, you know, we found out today it was contract related. And
Of course.
like Chris said, in your rookie year, man, who wants to take a pay cut in your rookie year? Your fourth, fifth year, you made some money. I can understand. But your rookie year, come on, man. That's not going to fly. But this is what he had to say on Eric Merov's show. So, y'all take a listen right quick.
We go.
You multiple interceptions, 80 plus tackles, 16 starts. I wanted to ask you, at what point did you realize football is a business? And the reason I asked that is because you were starting in the NFL as a former fourth round pick, starting every game, to a point where the next year, I think one of the most surprising cuts the entire league had was you getting released. I know it was a new defensive coordinator, new players coming in, whatever, but still, it was surprising. At what point did you realize this league is not just a game?
So I never really addressed this because like I didn't really care like what people thought on the situation. I mainly, you know, felt like it was like for me personal, but that process I learned early on my fourth year what the business was just from a financial standpoint. So I had hit my player escalator, was supposed to receive like a bonus. Ended up right before the first game, asked me to take a pay cut and break that bonus into incentives. Things weren't going as said, you know, and I went in there and asked for a trade. The trade didn't go through. So then I asked, you know, the team, can you guys release me? Because I believed in myself and I had a bet on myself and I knew that, you know, I can go play somewhere, you know, or play the amount that I wanted to play somewhere out there, just because I believed in myself. And I took that risk, bet on myself, asked the team to release me. The news came out false, but, you know, I just really wasn't worried about that, you know, what people were saying. I just was more so worried about myself and getting to a place where I could be happy playing ball again and doing what I love doing, you know. All that stuff going on. Everybody saying, oh, you got cut, this and this. And I knew it wasn't true because I could have rode that season out. Everybody kind of knew it was the truth in that facility in the building. I just asked for my release and ended up going to LA and had a good time, you know, for the remainder of 8 weeks I had left over there. It was cool going back home. It was a blessing. And got to play in front of family and close friends. And they were able to come to every game and met some new brothers, you know, on the Chargers and stuff like that. So it was cool. It all worked out, you know. I feel like how it's supposed to be. And through it all, you know, I learned a lot through God.
After you address that, because
Facts.
And look, I mean, this is why I tell y'all. I mean, that's why I tell y'all don't fall in love with these players, man. Because sometimes they get the short end of the stick. And we don't get to see that. And just like Solomon said, him being a rookie, to ask him to take a pay cut is insane. He's probably not, if he's making $1 million, it's barely over $1 million. He's probably wasn't making nothing but shit $1.5 million. And you got guys at the quarterback position. I think Matt Ryan. Well, let me see. Matt Ryan was gone, so I think they brought in. Was it Mariota at that point in his last season? I think it was Mariota. So you talking about a guy making 8, 9 million, 10, 15 million, and you telling a guy barely making $1 million take a pay cut. They're just sick, man. And that's what. It's a business, man. It's a business at the end of the day. And y'all get mad about we talk about trading, folks. Because guess what? If the general manager or the owner say, hey, we need to make a swift move, we need to bring in more talent. Sometimes you got to give up talent to get talent. Don't be like Saquon. Don't be like not signing Saquon Barkley and end up losing out on everything, and now they can't find the damn running back. So you make a deal before that clock runs out, like Chris said. You see it during the contract year if they don't want to pay that $25 million. Because I'm telling you, when Bijan time for him a deal, $25 million is going to be that deal. So that's all I had to say about it.
And the thing about it that's even crazier, if Bijan continues to excel, like he, first of all, if he continues to excel, that number may go up higher. Let's also be prepared for the possibility of that. 25 may be like the basement. Yeah. So just
God, think about it. What we said earlier, what is about 2 weeks ago, Chris? Jonathan Taylor Jahmyr Gibbs, who was also in the same class as Bijan Robinson. Class of what, 23? Class of 2023. Same class, put up the same stats. He doesn't have as many high games from scrimmage, but he has big games just like Bijan. They're the same type running back. So you think he's gonna ask for 15 million? No, he's gonna go to 25 million because someone has to set that bar.
We'll see.
So,
it's gonna be interesting what the Lions do with Jahmyr.
And if one of those guys signed before Bijan, this is why I said you got to think about this offseason to jump ahead of the curve. Because once one of those guys sign, Bijan numbers going boom, probably 2 to 3 million over what they make. So Chris, right, you could be talking about more than 25 at the end of the day. And one more thing, running backs get used so much. Think about the injury rate going up when you have to pay somebody that kind of money. Right. And like our boy, let's get it, GA say, the way they use Bijan, putting torque on those knees and those ankles, we just don't know. That's a chance you're going to have to take.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, right?
Boy, that's see, but y'all ain't ready for that conversation. I just know y'all ain't. Y'all ain't.
So what you wanna get into this? What you got? We got Atlanta better be prepared to make Bijan Robinson the highest paid running back if he continues to play at a high level. I am sure his agent is going to ask for that. Yeah, any good agent is going to ask for that, especially. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I asked about the contract, and I was like, do you think it's contract related? Because it is a business, and you think about it, that is something that he would have been able to go to the table with. Like, well, Bijan had a 200-yard game. Bijan had 230 yards on the ground, breaking the franchise record, blah, blah, blah. You know, all that stuff is talking points. So, and, what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And think about this too, Chris. What if you need a quarterback to take your team to that next level, and you have to go out and sign a veteran that can get you there? And you got to pay them $40, $50 million. Then we back in that same spot again with Julio and Matt.
Right.
So these are the type things you got to think about the next couple of years, because we don't know what's going to happen with Michael Penix. We don't. The only way we know what's going to happen with Michael Penix is when he comes back. Now, he's reportedly started back there working out because he's making TikTok videos on a crutch. But when you look at him, when you look at him coming back in his possibly fourth year, because I still don't think he plays later this year in 2026. But when he comes back, he's going to be in his fourth year, and you got to make a decision of picking up that fifth year option. At that point, what you going to do then? Are you going to stick with Penix, see how he works out, pay him, and hope you take a deal? Or are you going to go out and get that new draft pick, bigger contract? Or are you going to go out and get that veteran and take you to the next level with a huge contract? Because I'm telling you, there's going to be guys out there down the road.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Very next year, after this year, that name going to pop up in the draft, and his name is Arch Manning. And you saw what he did last night.
Yeah, that's facts.
So,
but yeah, man. We do still have a preview show, giving our thoughts about offense versus defense versus offense. And of course, because we do recognize that, those dogs about to come on too. So, what I'm saying, they got a big game, playoff game, so.
Yeah, so we're going to try to get y'all in and out of here, man. So
yeah, man. Furball, we're going to try to hold your question to right at the end. So, so we ain't forgot about you. But okay, yeah. Falcons offense versus Saints defense. Well, first of all, for me, Smitty, the Falcons did something well last week, and that was run that 12 personnel. So, and of course, that allowed with better pass protection, allowed some mismatches, and of course, allowed Bijan Robinson to do what he does best, and that is embarrass defenses. So, with that being said, I think you go back to it. And, so Atlanta didn't just run the ball. They ran personnel advantages. So I think you can do that again in this game against these Saints. The Saints, they have that multiple front defense, and they do, close interior gaps well. I'll give them that, especially lately.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but the linebackers, they can be manipulated. By motion. It'll be some downs I may motion they behind the depth before I snap the ball, and I wouldn't be mad if the Falcons did something like that. And they overcommit downhill and versus heavy sets, so you could possibly take advantage of that too. Falcons, they can continue to lean on this 12 personnel, like I said, forcing the Saints to play the type of coverage and defense that they want them to play. Continue to hit them with the outside zones, split zones, play action plays. Of course, Kyle Pitts. Come on, Kyle Pitts. But the Falcons, I don't think it's necessarily like they have to just continue to chuck the ball downfield or anything like that. It's not necessarily explosive plays that they need to take these defenders out. They just need them having to be like less disciplined, a little less confused, a little more confusion for them. Have them thinking instead of reacting. And I think if the Falcons can do that and continue to involve the Kyle Pitts, get Kyle Pitts and Drake London back involved so they can finish the season strong as well. But you do have that talented run game with Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. I feel like, the Falcons really are set up at home to finish strong. Just continue to lean on what was working. And like I said, that 12 personnel help get you out there, along with that stellar defense that we're going to talk about momentarily.
Facts. You pretty much summed it up. Like I tell y'all all the time, the Falcons have a type offense that can jump out quick and get out in front quick and stay out in front. And I feel like that's what they got to do against the Saints team that's been playing very well on defense, surprisingly. But look, Bijan Robinson has carried you this far. He's about 254 yards away from Chris Johnson's single season record from scrimmage yards. I think he ends up number 2 or number 3 at the end of the season, either way. But the way he played last week and the way the offensive line was blocking last week, I think you got to use that, early and often, hit him in the mouth, get the ground game going. Kirk Cousins was 13 or 20 last week, a little bit over 100 yards. That's not going to fly. If you don't plan on, using him and put him in danger of getting injured again, keep running the football. And like you said, Kyle Pitts, we've been talking about that for the last 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, man.
Last week, where was he? Just like Ronnie Clark said, is he dead or alive? Him and Drake London. 2 catches, 16 yards. That's not going to fly. He'll mismatch. The Saints do not have a safety or a linebacker or even a cornerback that can cover Kyle Pitts. So you use him to his fullest extent in the middle of the field and open up the play action. If you do that, Bijan is going to get that 200-yard game we talked about earlier in the show. So that's what the Falcon offense got to do. They got to run the ball, jump out in quick front, which I think they can do. And look, that's all I have.
Yeah, I got one for you.
Yeah,
Bijan Robinson is 55 yards away from 1,500 on the ground. What are the chances, over or under, that he will get that?
I say way over. Mm-hmm. And the reason why, I think they're gonna this is a rivalry game, and it don't have no meaning playoff wise, but series wise, to get another game up on them,
yes, sir.
And to keep his motivation going towards 2026, I think it's going to be positive for him. So I think he'll have, I would say 125 at least. And that's just I think he goes, you said 55. Yeah, so he could be close to 1,600 at the end of the year. I think he ran for 1,400 last year. So he's going to top that number this year. He won't get to the touchdown runs unless he scores about 5-6 touchdowns. I don't see that. But yeah, I think Bijan, he absolutely goes over 1,500 yards. Yeah. But anything else?
No.
Just flipping it over. That's all.
Oh yeah.
So Falcons defense versus Saints offense. What you got?
Falcons defense need to. Hey man, we got one of the best pass rushers, best pass rush this season. Let those guys go out there and have some fun. Now Tyler Chuck has been playing better football down the stretch. I don't want to be disrespectful, but at the same time, so has the Falcons defense. Really, pulling some games out of the fire for the Atlanta Falcons for the most part of the season, but definitely now that Rams game, you got it. They definitely helped you win this game. So I'm thinking that in this game, what does the Saints don't want to do? The Saints don't want to be in obvious passing situations. They want to get the ball out quickly and all that good stuff. But there's a fantastic four that they have struggles with, and I call it fantastic because it's fantastic for the Falcons. First of all, the pass protection.
I like that.
First of all, the pass protection is under, and the interior pressure is not like that. They handle disguises pretty. What word I want to call? I'm just gonna say bad. They're bad at handling disguises, and what things that Nate Ollie and Jeff Ulbrich can do, they can disguise the defense to come at them. Also, they're not going to have Chris Olave. I do want to say prayers up to him, and I'm glad that they caught that blood clot. And I'm glad they cut that blood clot in his lungs because that could be very dangerous. So
and rivalry, I deal with those, so I know how it is. Trust me, it's nothing to play with.
Right,
nothing to play with.
Rivalry or not. You know what I'm saying? Rivalry or not. And Smitty, like he was saying, he can tell you about that. You know what I'm saying? We don't have any kind of, some negative thoughts about that. Prayers up.
No. Hell no.
Yeah. But back to that fantastic four, because the last two is red zone efficiency and recovering from penalties and sacks. So I'm going back to the defense again. Let those guys go out there and have fun, man. Put these guys in obvious pass situations. Let's see if James Pierce can go ahead and get 10 sacks, possibly. Sack and a half, I think he's only away from. Dorless, he will be out this game, of course, but you still have Jalen Walker. You have all those other guys that can go out there and improve their numbers. Let's see what Xavier Watts does as a curtain call for the season. Let's just see what this defense can go out there. Like I said, let those guys go out there, have fun, get those reps, get those snaps. Play with that controlled chaos mentality and just go out there and just have some fun, man.
Agreed. Granddads, appreciate you, my brother. Happy New Year, my brother. I got to go in that same direction, but if you look at Tyler Shook, what he's done the last 4 games, man, he's played as one of the better young quarterbacks in the league, and he can use his legs. A lot of us did not know that. I think he's ran for like 5 touchdowns in the last couple of games. So, in that stretch. But you've got to put pressure on him, man. Force him to make mistakes. I don't think Alvin Kamara is going to come back this year. They've been using the running back Neal. And he's a power runner. So if you can clog up the run lanes, which I wish they can, which I know they can. You look at Dorless being out. I think Kentavious Street can come in. He can fill that role. Onyemata is still there. Aurora is still there. Laquel London, who's had a very solid season. A lot of us don't even talk about him, but run stopping wise, he's had a very solid season. So I think that defensive front is going to be key this game. James Pierce and Jalen Walker should be able to eat this game because the Saints don't pass block very well. This is why the reason why it don't show is because Shuck gets the ball out very fast. And you got to know he's an experienced quarterback, even though he's a rookie. He's 26 years old. So he's been around a lot of football and picks up on things very, very quickly. Kellen Moore, the way I think he's going to game plan for the Falcons, he's going to do a lot of 3 to 5 step drops, get the ball out quick. Jawan Johnson may be a key target in this game since Chris Olave is not going to play. We'll see how it comes out, but I just think that front seven has to put pressure on Shuck, make them one-dimensional, and stop the run. And like you said, with Xavier Watts, I pray he breaks Deion Sanders' rookie record for interceptions. He only needs 1. And honestly, I think he can do that. So we'll see, how it plays out. But Granddad had a question, and then you said Furball had a question, so we'll answer his next. He said, are there any Falcons, either team or player, milestones that may be achieved in this last game?
The only thing that I
just talked about one. And I just talked about one.
Right. I'm thinking about something fresh. Only thing that I can add probably would be Jake Matthews. Yeah, add another start, man. Yeah, add another start. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to look here and see.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Xavier Watts could break Deion Sanders' rookie record for interceptions. Like Chris said, Bijan could go over 1,500 yards, which would be a career high. and he needs about 254 yards to break Chris Johnson's single season record for scrimmage yards. So yeah, so it is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Like I said, that record, that Chris Johnson record, I don't see Bijan getting 254 yards in this game. From scrimmage, I don't see it. But the crazy thing about it is he may get close because he may have about 200 yards from scrimmage, all together, because again, he's being used in the pass game.
Right.
Darnell Mooney snaps have gone down, and his production has gone down. His involvement in the offense has gone down, and it's more so a lot of short passes. Let's get Bijan out in space, which we have asked for that, but we were asking for that and still keeping the other guys involved as well. That's what we're not seeing. It's like we'll get one thing and then they take away another. So can we just get the whole meal? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of, the plate coming down here, and I got my starch, I got my vegetables, but I don't have my protein. Then I get it another time, and I don't have my juice that I'm supposed to go with it or something. It's just something I'm not having. And my point is, we just want to get that consistency of having everything on the table, going against any defense. It don't matter how good or how bad they are. Smash them. Crash out crew.
But Furball, to answer your question, he wants us to explain Bijan's contract because I don't know when his last year or when the people asked for a trade. Okay, now I do remember this before even reading the contract off. He had a $12.9 million signing bonus plus his first year base salary, made him the highest paid running back in his rookie season in the NFL, and that's crazy to say. So that means his whole contract was only $21.9 million. So he had more than half of it up front. So his base salary for 2026 is only 1.145. His his roster bonus, which he's already got, his signing bonus was 3.2. His dead cap is 6.8. Dead cap is 6.8. So his cap is
Uh-oh. Am I tripping? Smitty, I don't think we can hear you. Let me see. I don't know. Did you smack? I thought I seen you like kind of smack the the microphone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, can't hear Smitty. But to kind of piggyback off of what Smitty was saying, as far as like the contract, what I see that he's saying about when can he ask for a trade? Well, I mean, a player can ask for a trade whenever. I just don't see Bijan asking for the trade necessarily. But I think if it does come, it's going to come more so in the contract year. This is how the whole schedule is going. This year, right now, we have to worry about what we're going to do with Kyle Pitts. Next year is going to be Drake London up. We're going to have all these same discussions that we've been talking about Kyle Pitts and his contract. Next year is going to be Drake London regardless, because he's going to be in that seat. After Drake, then Bijan is going to be in that same boat. So that's how it's going. Kyle, Drake, Bijan. So we have a couple of seasons to try to maybe extend. That's another thing what Smitty was saying about go ahead and get ahead of the curve. Maybe extend Bijan right now so you don't have to worry about that in the next 2 seasons, because in the next 2 seasons, Bijan is up, and that price probably will be too.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I can definitely hear you.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what I was saying, man. That he didn't have anybody I wanted to trade him. He asked for a trade. It's just that you have to jump ahead of the curve sometimes. Because if you wait on Jonathan Taylor or Jahmyr Gibbs, if they sign for 21, 22 million, he's clearly going to be 24, 25. That's all I'm saying. And his cap number next year is on 6.9. And then the club option is probably going to be about, I think the 5th year option is probably going to be about 13 to 14 million. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you going to give him a raise before he hits that club option, You saving yourself time, and you saving him time, and he can play 3 years under that contract before he asks for another deal. So you still jumping ahead of the curve. So that's why I said you have to think about things like that.
Right. Solomon says he
boy,
focus on extended Drake London. I knew that was gonna get you right there, Smitty. But yeah, man,
hey,
it's a possibility. They could.
Solomon, I can see that. But honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I would extend Kyle Pitts before I extend Drake London because I'm looking at the total money. I would give Kyle Pitts that $15 million instead of giving Drake that damn near $30 million. Because I can go out and get another number one receiver. And you can probably do that in this draft because the wide receivers in this draft are very deep. So it's something that you have to think about. And you can trade him, get a first or second round pick. I would go for it. And I know a lot of y'all might not want to hear that because he's a damn good player. But at the same time, do you really want to get back into cap here with $30 million for a wide receiver? I just don't see it. I mean, I don't care who it is. I mean, I get that, Gabriel, that you can replace a tight end easier, but I'm talking about money wise. And you could get the same production if you implement him into the game plan. There's a difference. Drake is implemented into the game plan. 9 times out of 10, Kyle is not. That has been the problem the last 3 years. So, hey, that's just my thought.
Hey, man. You already know what I said, man. I'm for me, I like Kyle Pitts, okay? Like ultimately, if we're talking about do you like the guy? No, I'm like, yeah, I do like Kyle Pitts because I see what he can be. But for me, I'm paying Tyler Algier and I'm letting Kyle walk.
I can see that. I can see that too.
I need that run game to be fortified at all times. And I need to protect our prized possession, Bijan Robinson. So especially if you're
hey, hold on. Don't give away all our secrets. You gotta remember we gotta still do that show, so don't give away all your secrets.
Oh man, hey, just a preview. Don't worry, we're gonna get into some more. I'm gonna have some because I'm gonna have talking points. so definitely get ready. We're gonna have some stuff for y'all guys. For sure.
Yeah. But X Factor, what you got?
Oh, X Factors, shoot, man, to be honest, I may start on defense, and I'm going with my defense again. I'm telling them go out there and have fun, but you know what I'm saying, take away those underneath throws, make these guys get yourself off the field and get the offense back on the field. But go out there and have fun, be efficient, go out there, have them on 3rd and long, make sure that you are finishing the season strong. You have been the backbone of this team, really, ultimately, you know, as a unit. The defense has been doing it. And as a Falcon fan, I really can appreciate what Jeff Ulbrich and Nate Ollie, the biggest free agent signing of the offseason for us, has done for this defense and provided us being just one of the top defenses in certain areas. And, you know, we're still a middle of the pack defense ultimately. And things that we do for the back end and everything like that, we're still one of the best teams on the back end. And we take the ball away as well. One of the top 10 teams that take the ball away. So ultimately, the defense just go out there again and have fun. As for offense, I'm gonna go with our run game, man. Our 2 running backs, Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. Those guys are going to be my X factors for this game because I want those 2 guys to be productive. I want Tyler to get a few more touches because whatever happens with Tyler Algier moving forward, at the end of the day, I want at least him to get, you know, that good tape, some good touches. He has 8 touchdowns. Let's see if he gets 9 or possibly even 10. So we'll see what happens with that. Ultimately, I just want the guys to go out there and finish. At the end of the day, just go out there and finish because a win is going to feel better for the guys. I'm not even talking about nothing that has to do with the coaching decisions or nothing. Strictly these players. It's going to feel good to finish the season on a high note and something to build your confidence and go into the offseason and saying, all right, this is what we got to work on. This is what we're doing well. And let's go ahead and build off of, you know, some winning in the offseason, you know, winning because you think about it, the last 2 off seasons, I believe maybe the last 3 off seasons, we have not ended the season with a win regardless. Yeah. So let's try to go out there and end the season with a win and go into the off season with just a little bit more optimism.
Correct. And my X factor for this game, man, I'm gonna pick it back off Chris a little bit. He says the run game. I'm gonna go to old reliable. I'm gonna go with Kyle Pitts this game. I said it earlier, man. If you want to knock this game out of the box early, get him involved. Nobody can, cover him on the field. If you want Kirk Cousins take a back seat, tell him to find Kyle Pitts. Drake London is still a little banged up. He only had 1 catch for 4 yards, and it's sad because he could still possibly get 1,000 yards. Where I think he'll need probably about 150 or something like that. So he could possibly still get it. But I would still love to see Kyle Pitts finish the season strong. And this game could catapult him mindset wise, going into the offseason, training harder. Because this is a contract year. So he'll if he plays well this game, he'll give him something to think about going into the offseason. Defensive wise, when you look at James Pierce, I want to see him be the first Falcon edge rusher to have 10 sacks in a game. In a season since Vic Beasley back in Super Bowl run. And it's time because Vic Beasley was the last one to have at least 8 sacks. 2 Falcons have already passed that this year. I think Jalen Walker is right behind them. So what they've done with the pass rush this year, I absolutely think, they hit a home run with that. And they can only build off that. And having a second-round pick still that they can trade back and get more picks, I think they'll find a way to maneuver around things and bring in somebody else next year to keep building because they have to bring in another pass rusher because I think Ebiketie and who else, D'Angelo Malone and Leonard Floyd, all these guys are free agents. So the pass rush is going to be key going into this offseason. So Kyle Pitts, James Pierce, I would love to see him get 10 sacks. Those are going to be my 2 X factors for this game. Dirty Bird has a quick question. He says, question for you guys. If we get blowout at home to the enemy, do you think Ross suffers the same fate as Arthur Smith? That's a good question, man, but I would have to say no, because you can see the dejection in the players when Arthur Smith time is up. When they went into that tunnel, you could see their faces going into the tunnel that he had to go. And Arthur Blank saw it as well. But I think either way it goes, I think they've already made a decision on what they're going to do going into next season. We just haven't heard it yet. So we just don't know. So we can talk about it, we can clamor about it, but I think they already have a decision made up in their head. But like Chris said, you might not see it for 2-3 weeks, what they're going to do. Black Monday is a couple of days away, but it's a 50-50 chance. You could not see Raheem Morris, or you could see him get fired. Who knows? But I think they have their mind made up, but we won't know for a couple of days. And trust me, when it happens, we're gonna go live.
Oh yeah, definitely gonna go live.
But what's your prediction for this game?
Score prediction. Falcons win. I'm going to go because it was crazy, man, how close I was with that score last week.
Man, you were super close.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, man? Falcons, we're going to put up 20 plus points again. I think we put up. I'm gonna go ahead and say we put up 30 points. So I'm gonna say 30 to 13 Falcons. Go ahead and close it out with a nice win. Send everybody home happy. Victory.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Falcons this game too. I feel like they can put up big numbers this game. Pick up from last week. They had a pretty good game against the Rams, even though they need to pick up passing. I think they can do that this game. I'm gonna say 31-20 this game, and I think Bijan runs for what I said 125, and I can see Kyle Pitts going for 100 yards this game and a touchdown. So yeah, I'm going Falcons 31-20. Quick shout outs. Shout out.
Oh man. Well, first of all, shout outs to each and every last one of you guys in the chat. We really appreciate you guys. We appreciate everyone that has ever really tuned in to the show, showing us love and the previews, the post games, etc. We are very appreciated. And I can tell you one thing personally for me, getting back to this gratitude and just really appreciate everybody, because again, nobody has to do anything for you. So for you guys to tune in, we really appreciate that, like seriously. And you guys make the show. We talk about different things, but you guys come in with the questions. I know y'all be dropping questions on Smitty page. I'm actually starting to get a few on mine. So it's like, we appreciate all that interaction, and we love doing this for you guys, and shoot, man, 2026, we just plan on continually going strong. Shout out to all the Falcon content creators out there, because I believe better days and better shows are coming from all of us. At the end of the day, it's all about the logo, and let's just continue to push it forward strong.
Agreed, man. I also got to thank y'all, man, for a wonderful 2025 season, man. Without y'all, there wouldn't have been no show. Y'all show up and show out every time, and y'all honestly keep helping me to grow. It might seem like, I'm getting the subscribers, and I'm getting, the numbers up, but y'all helping me grow mentally, with the way I think, and how I view things and how I do my research. Because some of y'all ask questions that make me think a little too hard, because sometimes when I think too hard, I sit up and be, dazed a little bit. But again, man, thank y'all for helping me grow, man, and helping my channel grow continuously. I'm at almost 16,000, not quite there. Since I did the 10,000 special almost 2 years ago, I done gained another 6,000+. So I thank y'all for that, man. But look, this has been another great show, man, and we look forward to seeing y'all Sunday, man. Our last post-game show of the season, my last reaction show. But again, all off season, free agent targets, draft profiles. So if y'all got free agent targets and draft profiles y'all would like me to do, please throw it in my comment box under my videos once I start dropping them. So once you see a free agent target, drop a free agent target you would like to see me talk about. If I get enough of the same name, I would do a free agent target on that person. Same for draft profiles. I would do my own, but at the same time, if y'all see a guy out there that y'all like, think he can fit the Falcons and what they do from the second round on, y'all drop it in the comment box under those videos, and I would happily do those for y'all. I will also keep working my community page, and y'all can also keep dropping questions through the community page, because as Chris said, we'll be doing videos throughout the off season on free agents, who the Falcons should bring back, how much they mean to the team, and should they go, basically. So it's gonna be very interesting this off season. We're far from done, so just tune in, and we're gonna keep y'all updated all off season, man.
Okay.
Our boy Kivo, man, what's good, man? Where you been? Hey, man, what happened to your Bucks last night, man? You got to talk to us, man. Them Buckeyes fell short, man. They started to look like Notre Dame, man. What's going on? Talk to me.
Man, go Dogs, though. I know that.
Yeah. So we can't count our edge too fast, because we playing a pretty good team tonight, man. Ole Miss, even though we beat them, it's a whole new ball game, man. So we'll see what happens. And it's going to be another good game, a good test for the Bulldogs. But I said last night, Ohio State losing, I think Georgia got a free run to the national championship. All they have to do is execute. But we'll see what happens tonight.
They just want us to stomp out Carson Beck. That's all.
That's all it is, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm happy to do that, by the way.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, he said Michael Irvin gave some of his medicine.
Man, what you talking about?
And I'm not going to tell y'all what medicine he talking about, but
man,
on that note, man.
Yeah,
we out, man. We got to fly on out of here, man. We'll see y'all Sunday, man. Peace.